Hi, I'm Monica Riddell. I graduated from Eastlake in 2012. Immediately after high school, I went to the University of Washington, and I am currently working. I got a job in a vet clinic, and I've been working there for a year.
My name is Jenna Burke, and I graduated Eastlake in 2013. After I graduated from Eastlake, I went to Western Washington University, and there I live in a dorm.
Hi, I'm Sierra Burnham, and I graduated Eastlake in 2012. Right now I go to University of Washington, and I live in Alpha Phi sorority on campus, and I am hopefully a musical theater major and hopefully get another degree in social work somehow, just because I feel like that is going to help me a lot in the future too.
The most exciting thing about finishing high school was all of the different opportunities that became available now that I had graduated, and different internships, along with just the different responsibilities and freedom that comes with being in college.
In my dorm, I live in a suite, and so I have 3 roommates, and it's definitely a lot different than living at home because you're moving in with people that you don't know, and you definitely have to get used to how they are, and you have to get used to having other people in your house with you.
What I love most about college is that I can truly be myself, and especially being in Alpha Phi, everyone accepts you for who you are, and I don't know, that sounds very cliche, but I really did find a home away from home where I can grow as a person. And being away from home, there's ups and downs to it, but it really just pushes you to grow and just find yourself, and that's what I love, the challenge.
I think the most exciting thing about finishing high school for me was just the fact that I graduated, because school never came easy for me, and so high school was kind of stressful. Doing homework and coming to classes and stuff was really stressful for me. And so knowing that I graduated high school and I have that all over with was just really exciting for me.
The most exciting thing about graduating from high school was, I think, just the fact that I was going to UW, and especially because I got waitlisted first, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my future, but I found out that I was going to go there, and that was set, but also the fact that I didn't really know what I was going to do, and it was fun for me to explore that out of high school, because high school was just there's a path put for you already for 3 years, and college is just endless opportunities.
I wish that I had listened to the advice on time management more in high school now that I'm in college, because in high school you can get away with turning in assignments the day of and doing it that morning and getting 100%, but in college that will not get you through. You will have to prepare a week in advance for classes, and if you go in with the mentality that you can get it done the day of, you're going to fail.
Some things that adults were always telling me about high school that I didn't realize until after high school was that being in high school is kind of easy compared to after high school, because you are an adult but you don't have the responsibilities of being an adult, and so when you're in college you're an adult and you have all the adult responsibilities of making sure you do your homework and being on time to everything, and not having your parents helping you out with that.
Some things that adults told me in high school that I realized only after is that really life is so much more than what you're putting your head into in high school. I just got so caught up sometimes, and I tried to not do that most of the time, but I still did, and my mom would always tell me, and my coaches and teachers, and they'd just be life is so much more than that, and it's just so much bigger, and you can't really get stuck in little things that upset you, and that's proven true now that I'm in college.
Another just piece of life advice was to always be on time. You can get away with being 15 minutes late to class, and you don't really get, you can get 7 tardies or whatever the school policy is, but in life, if you're late to an interview, if you're late to class, sometimes the professor won't let you come in and be part of class, or you might not get the interview, so it's really important to be on time and prepared. If I were to go back in time and tell high school Monica advice, I would tell her to not procrastinate and to learn a different form of studying besides just memorization, because in college you have to utilize different types of studying, and you can't just have it memorized. You have to be able to apply what you're learning and use it in different types of examples. So just learning how to study as opposed to just memorizing.
If I could go back in time and tell my high school self something, it would be to not really care as much of what people think of me and not to be shy with other people, because those people you interacted with high school, and if you don't like those people, you don't really have to talk to them anytime after high school, so it doesn't really matter what they think of you. And if you're so overwhelmed with what others think of you and pleasing others that maybe you don't like or maybe you're not nice to you, then you're just going to get caught up in that and just not worrying about all the unnecessary stuff.
If I could go back in time and tell high school me something, it'd be not to compare myself to other people. And that's just because everywhere you go, no matter how hard you try, like, all you have to do is just beat yourself and every day, and you have to just push your own perfection, because everyone is perfect the way they are today, but the only way you get better is just comparing yourself to you, because everywhere you go, there's going to be someone that's better than you, and that's like true. Like, you just can't get away from that. Like, and yeah, maybe someone is like the best in something and that's them, but then someone else is going to be better than them with something else. So, no one's perfect, but you just got to beat yourself and push yourself to be better.
I wish I had stressed out less about little details in the classes, like small assignments, and looked more at the big picture of my overall grades and experience here at Eastlake, because it's easy to get bogged down in the moment and really overwhelmed with one group assignment that's not going right. But in the end, you'll get through it. It's just one of those things you turn in, and it's all about what you're learning and what you take away overall from the entire high school experience, not just one class and one hard experience.
In high school, I wish I would have stressed out about more my classes, because I kind of didn't really, I paid attention and I worked really hard, but I kind of brushed it off if I got a bad grade, and I wasn't very hard on myself if I got a bad grade. So I wish I would have stressed out more about like the tests and homework, and I got everything done, but I think I could have done more. And I wish I didn't stress out about like the future as much, because I was really involved in worrying about, like, especially senior year, about where I'm going to college and if I'm going to fit in with my college, if I'm going to like wherever I'm going to college, and worrying about like leaving my family and leaving my friends. I wish I wouldn't have stressed out about that as much, and rather than like hanging out with my friends and family when I had the chance, rather than stressing out about leaving.
In high school, I wish that I worried less, I guess, about comparing myself, and worried more about just like things in the future. Just like so many little things, like even like doing my laundry like by myself, or like getting places by myself, or it's just, I relied a lot on my parents, and I wish I just worried and cared more about it in high school, so it prepared me more for college. And the fact that if I were to care more about the little things, it's not like it stressed me out or anything, but it's just, I feel like I would have been prepared more with that already going to college, and I could have expanded a lot more, especially like my first quarter, my first year in college, where I could have focused more on school or just on my social life or things like that, instead of worrying about little things, about like getting to school on time or doing my laundry or making my own lunch.
It's hard to pick just one favorite high school teacher, but I think Mrs. Macarella would be my favorite, just because she taught me how to interact with professionals and teachers on a different level. You can have a very respectful and professional relationship while also having fun. And it also is helpful in college when your professors aren't really making an effort to get to know you, to be able to approach them and introduce yourself and approach them in a respectful manner, because that, when you can build that relationship with your teachers. It'll help you later on in life. Like, I know I've gone to her multiple times to write me letters of recommendation, and she knows me on a level that's beyond just academic. It's also at a personal level.
My favorite high school teacher was probably Miss Olson. She was my math teacher in my junior year, and she taught me, math was never my strongest subject, and so she taught me that even if I'm not good at something or I don't enjoy doing something, that I should still try my hardest at it. What I didn't expect after high school was how easy the transition between high school and college was for me. I thought it was going to be really scary going into college and not knowing what to expect, but once I was there, it just seemed really natural to be there and really easy.
What surprised me the most after high school is, I think, two things. Like, one thing was like classes and academics, where the classes were just so much harder than I expected. Like, I took basic psychology and I did so bad because I tried so hard, but the teachers were like really hard. But you know, it's like, it's so different. You don't know what to expect. And then also with like the people, especially living in a sorority, I just didn't know that I could find so many people that I could connect with and just be so happy living with and waking up to and connecting with every day. And it's really special. I'm really happy that that happened because I didn't expect that, and that was a really nice surprise.
An example of a responsibility that I didn't do myself in high school but now I have to make sure I'm doing is, I guess, studying for all my classes, because my mom was always nagging me about studying for everything, and I was just like, okay, like brush it off, just kind of put her in the back of my mind and didn't really listen to her telling me to study. But now that I'm in college and having to study and make sure that I study and doing all my homework, it's a lot different, and it's hard for me to remember because I didn't do that myself when I was in high school.
What I wish I prepared for more in high school for college academic-wise is really try in every single class, because I feel like I'm a more math-based person, so I just tried really hard in math. And now that I'm in college, like, I am really good at math, but if I had tried in everything, then I feel like that would have helped me now, and like that just would have benefited me in every single way.
One piece of advice that I would say is don't stress out too much about what's going to happen in the future, because whatever's going to happen is going to happen and you can't really control it that much. So just do whatever you can and try your best, and whatever happens will happen.
My one piece of advice would be to get involved, whether it be in clubs. I know I was in Key Club and JOG, and then I volunteered through Athletes for Kids, or supporting other students in those extracurricular activities like the sports and games. It's a part of high school. You won't get to, personally know the athletes and cheer someone on or be the person, that people are cheering on probably ever again. So just really enjoy it and look forward to what college has to bring, but enjoy high school while you're here. Specifically in my college application process, I had a Word document of all of the different passwords and logons for all of the schools I was applying to, because that can get really confusing because they'll give you, ID numbers, and then you have a username or email. So keeping that organized and keeping track of the due dates, specifically when they were due, and trying to submit them at least a week before so that I wasn't crunched for time.